I'm going to want to know about activities and competitions and festivals and things that are going on outdoors. So please email me, Cindy@gmail.com. That's NRO, like Nooga Radio Outdoors, NRO, Cindy@gmail.com. And I'm really excited about our guest today. I have Kathleen McCarthy with me. Kathleen's a very accomplished PGA professional. She actually became the first woman club professional in the state of Tennessee 30 years ago. She instructs at the highest levels of golf educational programs and has developed curriculum for all skill and age levels. I serve on the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program Board with Kathleen, and she is the founder and program director. And before we talk to Kathleen, I just want to give a quick shout out to this show. A lot of the reason we encourage outdoor activities is because of the healthy lifestyle benefits there. And a good healthy catering choice is always Chicken Salad Chick. 0, 0, 0, folks. That's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. You can check them out at chickensaladchickchattanooga.com and find out about the classic Carol recipe that, again, is 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. So it's not health food, but it's just really good food that's healthy. Chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. You can reach them at 423-781-1330 with a downtown and an East Brainerd location. And if you want to call into the show, if you have a question or a comment, that number is 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. And now, Kathleen. Hello, Kathleen. How are you?
Hey, Cindy. It's great to be here. I'm doing well.
I am so excited to have you here.
Thanks for helping us kick off your show.
Yes. This is exciting to have you on. This is a really great way to kick off. I just shared at the first half of the show my passion for the outdoors, and I talked a little bit about golf because it is one of my passions a lot because it is a lifetime sport. It's something you can get your children involved in when they're young, and they can play it and stay active throughout their whole entire life.
Whole life. I play with my dad still. I hope to play with him again. He had triple bypass surgery the other day or earlier this year. And he's doing real well, but he's turning 86 this year. And we played last year together. So that's a it's pretty long stretch from childhood to 86. And I know older golfers.
Yes. Well, I'm no spring chick anymore. And I love that, and I go long periods without playing, and I can still get out there and play golf. And like I said, it's something I'll always be able to do. It's very social. It's good for business. There's just so many wonderful aspects besides the fact that it is a great outdoor active activity like we promote here on Nooga Radio Outdoors.
That's right. It's a great way to get outside and enjoy nature. When I used to really enjoy competing, I think I missed some of nature. But now that I'm not quite as serious about competition, not really at all, I really enjoy the course setting. It's just a beautiful place to be. Lots of nature to enjoy, whether it's frogs and birds or just the woods and the scenery in the distance.
Yes. So tell me, you mentioned competition. So what, Kathleen? Tell me what led you to golf. How did that start?
Well, golf started, I guess, as a kid because my parents played, and my older brother played, and my mom and a couple of the women at the country club where we grew up in Troy decided we needed a junior golf program. So I started, I think, when I was 8, just playing at the club because other kids and family were playing. It was just fun. And I don't even remember deciding to. It's just something that we did. It was a family game, and it continued to be a family game. I love it when we can get together and play.
That's awesome. I love that story. And I raised my children a lot as a single mother. And what I loved about that, I already knew how to play golf, was that I had a son. And boys, I hate blanket statements, but for the most point, boys don't open up a whole lot. But, we'd go out there and we had that to share. We'd go out there and we'd enjoy golf together. About 6 or 7 holes in, he'd start opening up a little bit.
Right. Get that one-on-one time.
Yes. And it was just, it was so special to me. And I was just so thankful. I remember thinking, oh, I'm glad. I learned first got introduced to golf like in my early 20s. And but I was so thankful by the time I was parenting, that I had that to share with my son and get that one-on-one time.
What's a great place to, again, we're talking about the outdoor atmosphere. It's a comfortable setting, a leisurely setting. And so you just kind of set that environment for having an easy conversation and enjoying each other's company.
Exactly. And Kathleen, I hinted on your credentials as a PGA professional. Can you give us a little more insight on that?
Well, when I was in college, I decided that I wanted to go into golf as a profession. I spent one summer around a golf resort and just really enjoyed it.
Oh, man.
So I changed majors. I can't imagine what my dad thought when I called home and said I wanted to be a golf professional. But anyway, he was extremely supportive and decided to become a golf professional and really enjoy the atmosphere around a golf course. And so golf professionals are the experts of the game and the experts of the business of golf. And so that's kind of what I've been around ever since.
Oh, man, that's awesome. And I shared about me bike riding and how it's such a good solo activity for me. But that's the thing about golf, too. You can go play by yourself, or you can play with a foursome, or there's flexibility there of how you want to play. And I've got another golf story I just got to share, because this was at Hickory Valley back when I was I had one child at the time. I hadn't had my son yet. So my daughter was less than 3 years old, and I would go out to Hickory Valley, the 9-hole golf course, when it was the 9-hole golf course. And I had the stroller with the little roof on it, and I put a bicycle helmet on my daughter. And everybody loved watching us because I would roll her, hold a hole, and go play 9 holes by myself. Well, I guess she was the caddy. I guess I had my daughter, she's, like I said, in a stroller with a bicycle helmet on, out playing golf with me. So it's you just got to get creative sometime. And she's a golfer, and my son's a golfer, so we'll always have that to be able to do together. So let's move on and talk about this awesome program that I feel so honored to be a part of, the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program. So in a nutshell, Kathleen, explain what we're doing.
Well, in a nutshell, we're introducing kids to golf and also to the values of the game. The first section in the rules book is etiquette. And so we really bring that out, and how to engage with each other and the facility, and then how to carry that beyond the golf course into life.
Yes.
But it's a not-for-profit, so we're making golf affordable to children who wouldn't necessarily have it. And other children as well. But the idea is to introduce them to golf. When I was a child, I mentioned that, we learned at the club, I thought golf was free because I never saw anybody pay for it, right?
Not hardly.
So when I was an adult, I realized that a lot of people couldn't afford to play. And so that's when I started the not-for-profit, was in 96, to try to make it a little more available to kids whose parents really couldn't pay the fee.
Oh, and I love it. And I was instantly attracted to the model when I learned about it, because I love introducing people to golf. It's just such a great activity. And so tell us a little bit, or you just told us a little bit about the history of junior golf. So how about, tell me more about the outreach. Tell me more about that.
Sure. So tomorrow is the first day of our summer program with the city Youth and Family Services Department. They'll bring kids over to Brown Acres, and we'll introduce the kids to golf using golf equipment there. And then later we'll go to Lupton City and have an opportunity to actually play some holes. And then back to Brown Acres another day to keep developing skills. And that's an ongoing program we've had with the city for nearly 20 years now, where the kids are introduced to the game and get an opportunity to play. They'll bring different kids each week, so they each get like a three-session camp. And while we're doing that, we're introducing things that can help them in life too. So one of the girls, I asked her what she liked about golf, and she said, everybody's nice to each other.
I love that.
So that's a wonderful thing.
Well, I'm always encouraging girls to get involved, because as a businesswoman, it has been instrumental to me to connecting within the business. It's an awesome networking opportunity, and there's a lot of publicity of of statistics. I mean, I know Chattanooga has great statistics for entrepreneur women. We have per capita, we have one of the strongest numbers of entrepreneur women developing in the country.
My goodness.
So that's awesome.
That is
but
great.
part of my goal, because I have my Cindy's Choice business and my Cindy's Choice show too, is helping women understand, how to connect in the most efficient way from them. And if you teach your daughters to play golf when they're young and they have that skill set, it really can be very beneficial to them in the business world. It's just there's so many. Almost every organization has an annual golf tournament.
Right. It's a lot more fun to be able to get out and play and enjoy that day than staying at the office or not being engaged in the event. Years ago, we had a business women's golf league here in Chattanooga.
I like that.
That was in the early days.
We may be getting that going again, Kathleen.
We may want to kick that off again. Once I got real busy with the junior golf, I didn't have time to do that, so that went by the wayside. But it was great fun and a good tool for the women as well.
Yes, and I want to remind the listeners, as Kathleen said, that they're not just learning golf. There are so many awesome life analogies in golf, and one of my favorites is that I always tell people is, you go out to the golf course and you're frustrated from hole to hole because it's like, oh my gosh, you stop keeping score after your fourth, your 10th shot or something, and on one hole. But it's so funny because at the end of the day, when you leave the golf course, you remember those 2 good shots that you did have. It is the weirdest thing. And I love that life analogy because I'm a very Pollyanna positive person. But, so I think that way anyway. I see the best in everyone. I, recognize all the best opportunities and, see past the obstacles. But in golf, most people, there's a positive pitch. That's what keeps them going back is it feels so good when you hit that ball good, that's what you go back remembering. There
are definitely those excellent shots that stand out, and those are the shots, or maybe the really bad ones, but the really good ones are the ones that you talk about after the round when you go in to get a bite to eat and enjoy the camaraderie after the golf. You kind of remember that shot you hit on number 7, and it's a lot of fun just kind of rehashing part of the round.
Yeah, in hang gliding we call those the "there I was" stories. It's like that's part of the fun. That's a huge part of being involved in group outdoor activities. It's not just about the activity and the health benefits that you get. That camaraderie, at the end of the day, is just the best.
Well, that's the thing is, to go and enjoy the round is great, and the game is a great game because it challenges you in many different ways. It's not just with the skills, but decision making. And overcoming some of those obstacles you mentioned. Once you put yourself in a mess, how are you going to end up maybe salvaging the situation?
Yes. There's just so many added benefits. And I do want to reiterate again, because it's just not learning golf and participating in activity, but some life analogies, but some really essential skills of learning respect and discipline. Learning about personal health and how important it is for you to incorporate that golf game in or a rotation of activities into your life to be healthier.
Trying to find balance in your life.
Exactly. It's huge that way. So tell me, coaching. You're a coach,
right?
You're a very highly skilled coach.
Well, thank you.
I've witnessed some coaching here firsthand. I've gotten some great help. I like hanging out with this group.
Some of the parents tell me that they pick up pointers along the way too. Who are out watching their kids learn. They learn along the way too. In fact, I'm even going to do a parents class this season because some of the parents aren't golfers.
I love that.
Maybe they'll make it a a family game because it is a family game, like you said.
Well, and that's one of the things that I was thinking about that relates to the show. It's like. Well, a lot of the reasons we're doing it, it's hard for people to find. It's not a lack of desire so much. It can be very intimidating to start something new or to get plugged in.
Sure.
And especially like us that don't have children in the house anymore, that's how you do plug in through your kids. So take advantage of that while you have them and learn how to, get them interested in golf, which they'll love. And then you can learn yourself alongside of them. And then that'll, when they're gone, you've got a great outdoor activity, and it's something you can still do with your kids and your grandkids, and it's awesome, and I love it.
And not just with family. I mean, there are a lot of men's golf associations, ladies golf associations, couples golf outings. When I was at Fairfield Glade as a head professional, I taught a lot of women who had not learned to play, and they were in their late 60s and early 70s, but they were going on golf trips with their husband, and they'd read a book or ride around in the cart, and so they decided to play. So once you learn, like you said, if you can get started when you're young, once you know how to play, then you can plug it in wherever you want to in your life. And you have the flexibility. You don't need to go get another whole team of people to play this sport.
Exactly.
Right.
And what I love about the coaching is you don't have to be a great golfer to be a coach with these kids.
Right.
If you just love kids and you love golf, and you can come out there and they'll get benefit from your instruction. Again, this reminds me, you can teach people what you know. You don't have to teach them everything. When I was learning to hang glide, once we have the bunny heel, that's your first goal, is you want to be flying off the bunny heel. Well, after I was already moving to the advanced heel, like the bunny heel is like 35, 40 feet. The advanced heel was about 100 feet. So I'm flying off the 100-foot hill. Well, guess what? I was great help to some people that were on the bunny hill.
Right. Sure.
And
sure.
So that's the same way with golf, is you can teach them what you do know, and it's not just about the skills.
Well, and I think a lot of it is, the exploration. And so if you get them started, you set up activities as part of the lesson plan where they can learn, because there's a clear intention for those activities. Their involvement in actually doing the activities helps them learn if they're paying attention. And so a lot of coaching is guiding their focus. So if they can be mindful in the moment that they're hitting their shot and then kind of reflect back on it, then they have the opportunity to learn. And these are the type of skills that we hope that they take out into the world, so that you're more mindful all the time, not just when you're hitting your golf shot or preparing for your shot.
It's so important. And that's, again, I hinted on that in the first part of the show, is I recognize it. When I'm not getting enough outdoor activity, my brain doesn't function as well. I mean, it's very, if I get there's something, not to mention just the training your brain to focus and so forth like that, but there's just something about activity outdoors that is very, very good for your cognitive.
The other thing about coaching, I think, is just having the, love for the game and really caring about kids. You could be a great golfer, but not necessarily be a good coach. But if you care about the kids and you like seeing them and you enjoy, their process of kind of learning and stumbling, and then they make some big, great shot and you celebrate it with them. Those are the things I think that make the coaches, or just really caring adults who have knowledge of the game.
Yes. And so tell me, how many kids work with a coach usually?
We try to keep it to 5 to 1 or lower. So all of our classes this season coming up are scheduled for 5 to 1 or less than that, and so that way, when we do play golf, 5 is a little bit much, but you can manage 5 players playing a hole, and we want to try to accommodate as many kids as we can. So instead of being 4 to 1, which I think would be ideal, we go up to 5 to 1. But it gives a lot of personal attention to the students.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you mentioned how the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program is a nonprofit. So how is it funded? What avenues are the funding coming from?
We have a small grant from the Tennessee Golf Foundation, but most of our sponsors are just individuals from our community. And in the past, we've had several golf tournaments who have helped us out. The Honors Council Fire Pro-Am, the Holco tournament. Those were 2 huge corporate sponsors, and we hope to get them back again. But most of it is just grassroots, people helping people.
Awesome. I love that. And so go ahead, Kathleen, and give the contact information if someone's interested in supporting the Chattanooga Golf Development Program, or if they're interested in becoming a coach and contributing and helping. I like helping. New word. And helping that way. What's the best way to contact you? So
my email address is juniorgolf, all spelled out, juniorgolf, and then the digit 4. So juniorgolf4@gmail.com. The website is a mouthful, Chattanooga juniorgolf.wildapricot.org.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Chattanooga juniorgolf.wildapricot.org. is our website. And my phone number is 423-605-5788. Again, it's 423-605-5788. And if you don't get that, I'm sure you can call some of your golf friends and they can put you in touch with me.
Yeah, you can always call me. My number gets repeated a lot on here. I'm here every day, and I'll be repeating my information, NRO Cindy at gmail.com. That's NRO for Nooga Radio Outdoors, Cindy, NRO Cindy at gmail.com. Or you can call me at 423-661-4445. That's 423-661-4445. I can connect you with Kathleen or any of the activities and or organizations that we talk about and people we talk to here on the show. So where, Kathleen, we got to wrap it up here, but tell me quickly, where do you hold class?
We're holding class at the Brown Acres Golf Course, on the practice facility, and at the Lupton City Golf Course. And since we are kind of wrapping it up, I just like to say it's been a really rewarding thing. And so if you are interested in coaching, I think when you see the difference you're making in the lives of these kids, and then, now that we've been doing it for 20 years, we have kids out there who are in law school, who are actually working in the aerospace engineer, field. We have kids in college now who finished our program as seniors who are playing golf on college scholarship. Trent Mansfield's playing for Tennessee Wesleyan. Jeremy Kimbrough's playing for Kentucky State. But,
Wow.
It's helping them pay for their education, and they're able to do something they really enjoy.
Yeah, I love that. And tell me, I know that there are a lot of scholarships available for girls in golf.
There are golf scholarships, and there are, scholarships for boys if you're good enough. In fact, everyone who's been in our program who's told me that they wanted a golf scholarship, who stayed with us through high school, got a golf scholarship. So if you're willing to work at it and focus your attention, you can achieve. Just have to, again, kind of get the plan and set goals and really go after them. So that's been part of the rewarding part of being in this program.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kathleen. It's been just a complete honor to have you on. We've been talking to Kathleen McCarthy, again, with the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program. She's the founder and program director. I serve with her there on the board. She's a very accomplished PGA professional. The organization just could not be in better hands. And again, please contact me, 423-661-4445. That's 423-661-4445 for more information. I would love your suggestions for more people to have on the show. NROCindy@gmail.com. That's NROCindy@gmail.com. You've been listening to Nooga Radio Outdoors, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's a wrap.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and